Okay, welcome to the ToneBar channel. Okay, yesterday we showed you how to line up your ToneBar on your guitar so you get good contact all the way across. Now today, every now and then you get to work on something nice. So today we're going to work on a 51 American Vintage 2 Telecaster. Alright, well, what are you going to do to a Telecaster? It's got nothing to do with the ToneBar. This channel is all about tone on drums, guitars, whatever I can make sound better. Okay? Now, another shout out to the Guitar Center in Evansville, Indiana. Jimmy and Matt, they didn't stock this guitar. I went in to buy it. We don't have it. Pull it from somewhere. They bought it. This come from the Brentwood store in Nashville. When I showed you my other guitar, the American Vintage 2 Seafoam Green Stratocaster, that thing was all messed up when it got here. I set it up. It's beautiful. It plays great. This thing got the tweed case, all the case candy. This thing come in. This thing was perfect. Intonation perfect. Everything on this was perfect, but it's got tens on it. I don't like tens, and the front pickup's a little bit too low for me. So we're going to take these strings off. We're going to string this back up, and what we're going to do is, what I'm going to show you is we're going to wrap these strings. We'll spool them down a little farther down the tuning peg, to give you a little bit more attack on the bridge, and it'll help the tone out just a little bit. Okay, I think I got enough light to do this because all them lights I was using, I was getting too much reflective stuff. All right, let's whoops. All right, let's dive into this. Won't take long. We're just going to restring a guitar. We're going to unloosen the strings. Tens are just too heavy. I use GHS Custom Lite 46-9. I like these. And I've been waiting to do a shootout with this and my other Telecasters. But like again with my Stratocaster video, all those guitars had the same set of strings on them. This will have the same set of strings on it as the rest of my Telecasters. And we shouldn't have to mess with the intonation too much. But that's okay. It's just we're only going a thousandths different. It shouldn't be that much different. Okay, now, I know this might make you sad, but I'm cutting these strings up. I don't like them, don't want them, don't need them. I'm throwing them away. Okay. I love a Telecaster. Always have, always will. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now before we restring it, we're going to take this pick guard off and raise this pickup just a little bit. All the screws on this 51 are slot headed. I'm not going to take the cavity out. I'm not going to take the control plate off and show all that. Just like Joe Bonamassa said, if it works, I don't care what's in there. I hope there's a couple of squirrels in there running around. But it works fine. I don't want to mess with it. I just need to raise that pickup up just a little bit. That's all I'm doing here. These are all flathead screws. And you got to be careful with flatheads. It'll God damn it, it'll slip off there, see? Got to hold tight. I know this is the boring part. If you want to fast forward through it, I don't blame you. But I want to get nines on this so I can, you know, start playing it. I love this guitar. I've probably in my lifetime had 10 or 15 Teles. Most of them yellow, some of them sunburst. I've had a bunch of them. But this one, and I just won't go on the record, I don't like all that relic and stuff. That's, to me, that's faux, fake playware. I want a guitar that's brand new. That's why I went ahead and got this one. This thing is brand new. Look at that. Cloth wiring. 2 little screws in there. That's all it's in there. We're going to raise this bad boy up. Put your finger on it, you can feel it coming up. Alright, you want it nice and level so you get, see, these front pickups are just a little bit more mellow than the back pickup. And you want to raise them up just a hair just to get them. I'm going to raise that back one up just a hair too. There we go. I want that thing hot. Alright. Hope you can see down in there. There's just 2 screws on each side of the pickup. White and black cloth wiring. Okay. So we got it. The finish is beautiful. Alright, we got our pick guard off. We're going to put it right back on. That's better. Alright, let's put these screws back in here, and then we'll restring her. These screws are tight. I'm trying to put them back in the same hole they come out of. Okay. This is a 51 Telecaster built. These American Vintage 2 series, they're doing year specific. This is supposedly, and I believe it, the exact specs of a 51 Telecaster. It's like getting new old stock. It's like they went in the back room and they had a bunch of these they didn't sell. They just brought them out and sold them again. And from what I hear and what I understand is that this is the guitar they send to the custom shop and charge you $5 grand for. But these are only $2,500. They charge you $5,000 or $2,500 more than what these cost to fuck it all up and make it look like somebody else has played it. Well, I don't want nobody else's fake playing wear on my guitar. I want to wear this thing out with my playing and my finger gunk on it like it was meant to be. Okay, now that's up there. Alright, brand new set of GHS strings. I'm going to open them up. Now the trick is, I'm going to wind them this way. Turn this camera around if I don't knock it over. Okay, I hope you can see that. I'm going to try to wind them so you can see that. I'm going to try to spool them down on the tuning peg so they get a better get better pull over on the. Alright, so I'm going to go way up here like this. See how that? Usually you do it like this, but I'm going to go way up here like this, and if I need to come back and cut some off, I'd rather do that. So this is a poke them down and wrap them around deal. That's hard for me to do it. I'm going to be standing in your way. Alright, I'll try to get it on here. Alright, that's just probably one turn too many. Alright, so when you do that, alright, see, I did one turn too many, so that was too much. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut that off right there where I bent it. Okay, I'm going to cut that off right where I bent it. Alright, and I'm going to do it again. Because I got way down at the bottom and I was overlapping. You don't want to overlap. Just enough to get it on there. The other one only had like 2 winds on it. Better. Can you see how that's spooled all the way down to the bottom? That's how you want your guitar strings. Spooled all the way down to the bottom. because this only has one string tree on it. I wish they'd put 2 string trees on it and we wouldn't have this problem, but that's not, I don't want to drill another hole in it and do all that, so we're stuck with this. Alright. Same thing, we're going to wind it up. I'm going to cut it. I don't mind having to unwind it and put them back on there because I'm only going to do this once. And I want it done right or I ain't messing with it. You want both of your adjacent tuning pegs to be straight up so they don't get in your way. Nice. Okay, now as each gauge goes down, you need to allow a little longer string length because the string is thinner, which allows you can get more wraps on it. Alright. Like I said, when this thing came in, it was perfect. The only thing I had to do was lower the action just a hair. Just a hair. Alright, I'm going to cut this one off right here. Because on this D and G string is where you need the extra wrapping because they're the ones that need the string tree on. The B and the E get one. So this one's going way down. It gives you more tack on your nut, and it kind of secures the string on it a little better when it's got so much wrap on it. Alright, that could have went down a little farther, but that's okay. That's still got a good, it's got a good attack on the bridge. Alright, now this one is the one I'm really going to make long so I can get it all the way down. This is, like I said, this one, you can see that. All the way down, so I should have went a little bit further on that one. And I only had about one more wrap to do on that one, but this one, on this G string, I'm going to wind that baby all the way down. Gosh dang it, hang on. Time out. Alright. Now, for those of you who watched the shootout with the Stratocasters on her birthday, I just want to make a point to tell you they all sounded very, very, very similar. But I think the pickups were a little hotter on the classic Vibe ones, and they were a little brighter, but the experience in the room, the way the sound hits you in the room off that Princeton reverb is different. These guitars sound, and I hate to say this, but these are real guitars. They sound like real guitars. The classic Vibes, they're great guitars for what they cost. There's no doubt about it. They are great guitars for what they cost. But the playing experience, the feel that you get, the neck, and the sound coming out of that speaker is solid country gold. It's just a different experience, and I don't think it comes through the video. But in the room, like I said, it's a different experience. Now I'm winding this thing down, down, down. That's what I'm talking about. There's all kinds of little things you can do to make your guitar play better without. Now, can you see that right there? That thing is wound all the way to the bottom, and look how much we got lots of break over the nut. Now, we don't have to do that much. I'm still going to wrap this down on that B string, but we don't have to do that much because we got a string tree here. I wish they'd have put a string tree on there. If you're listening, Fender, put 2 string trees on there from the factory, and then I won't have to drill another hole in my guitar and alter its originality. It's all about the originality. Okay. Like I said, this one I didn't cut off very much, but I'm going to cut a little bit. I'll cut a little bit off that so we can get started. This guitar sounds awesome. That 57 Strat sounds awesome. And they sound better with a new set of strings on them. I don't know why they put those junky ass strings on a brand new guitar. But that's, you know, they gotta save cost some kind of way. They can't ship them with no strings on them when nobody buy them. Alright, round and round she goes, and down she goes. We're spooling her down. Tuners, these vintage Kluson tuners work perfectly. All the parts on these guitars are top notch, the best you can buy. I've had old Teles. I had a 74 one time. That thing was wore plumb out. And it sounded okay, but you know, the frets were wore out, the pots were wore out. Alright, last but not least, the little E, the 9. I got this spool done pretty good, but that string tree helps out quite a bit. We're not going to do a tone test today. We're just going to restring it, tune it up, and then I'm going to play it for a couple of days and get the strings all settled down, and then we'll do a shootout with them classic valves. I got one, two, I got about 5 more Telecasters to do a shootout with this one. But I'm telling you, this one, will stand against anybody. I don't give a crap whose it is. Spool her down and around. I got some ToneBar news, but I'll tell you that in the next video. Just one thing at a time here. Alright. If you've seen the Joel Walsh video, you gotta stretch them out a little bit. Seen that video where he puts brand new strings on a Les Paul and sets it up about 10 minutes? Alright. Let's see what the old snark says. A little too high. Alright, that's close. Stretch them one more little time. There's a great thing about Telecaster. You get the strings stretched out, they don't slip. There's no tremolo system to mess with. They get in tune, they stay in tune. You can put a Telecaster in a case, it'll stay in tune for a year or more. Same thing with a ToneBar. You put your ToneBar on an acoustic guitar and it'll stay tuned for a long time better. There you have it. 1951. American Vintage 2 Telecaster and butterscotch with the string wound all the way down to the bottom. See that? That gets you better attack on your nut. Plus, it gives you. There's been I watched a lot of videos and a lot of scientific stuff. A smaller string will vibrate longer, gives you more sustain. There you are. New strings. The pickup's a little higher. That looks good. Alright, so we'll do a shootout on this with the other Telecasters here soon. Thanks for watching. The ToneBar channel. We're all about tone here. Tone is where it's at. Don't be alone, get you some tone. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.